Did you know that 64% of Americans own a smartphone? This little thing here, smartphone, it's going off right now. With almost all of our population owning a smartphone that has access to Facebook, Twitter, email, text messaging, and so on, we have lost our sense of direction on the importance of face-to-face communication. It has damaged our ability to feel comfortable in our skin when we engage in personal conversations. I know for me, throughout the past 5 years, if not longer, I as well subconsciously allowed my phone to control the way I communicate. It's time to say enough is enough, and it's time to take advantage of the natural way we were intended to communicate and socialize. In this speech, I will first discuss how people are obsessed with their smartphones and social media. Second, I will explore the damages it has inflicted on our personal lives. And finally, I will explain why we need to just simply set our phones down and simply communicate. So most Americans feel like they can't go anywhere without their phones. It is in essence define them and the way that they interact with others. So for most of us, our phones have become a part of us. According to the New York Daily News, 84% of people worldwide couldn't survive a day without having their mobile devices in their hand. That's a lot of us for this to concern. It's a lot of us to have phones that control their lives, that without them they feel like a part of their identity has been stripped. Also from the New York Daily News, 1 in 4 people check their phones every 10 minutes. 1 in 5 check it every 30 minutes. Now that we know the obsession with our smartphones is a real issue, I will explore the damages that it has done to our personal lives. Although owning a phone seems like a necessity, it really has done more damage to our personal lives. Smartphones have created a fabricated world where nothing seems to be off limits. Evidence collected by Huffington Post had quoted from a group of girls that social media is destroying their lives. If they don't have it, they feel like they don't have a social life. But if they have it, they are continuously being exposed to a world where people are being judged, people are being bullied, and people are accepting sexual online exploitations. The FBI statistics show that more than 50% of victims of online sexual exploitation are between ages 12 and 15 years old. That is a young age to be affected by technology, especially sexual advances of people that may seem that they're your age, but really they could be online predators. It has also become the place where everything is exposed. Stuff that you wouldn't generally say to people face to face is now being put out online because it's a comfort zone. People feel comfortable in hurting other people online because they couldn't say it to them face to face. It's ridiculous. So now that we understand the potential of current damages of owning phones that has access to social media, I will identify the importance of detaching ourselves from our phones and embracing face-to-face contact. If we could just set our phones aside for a day, a couple days, even a week at that, and only engage in face-to-face communication, we could really see what we are missing out on. When we speak face-to-face, we are able to intimately engage with one another. We better understand each other's motives and emotions when we talk face-to-face, because there is nothing we are hiding. We are completely vulnerable to each other, and we are expressing our words and our feelings the best that we can. James Borg, an authority of body language, stated that when people communicate, it consists of 93% of body language, and the other 7% is just with words. When we communicate face-to-face, it minimizes the risk of miscommunication versus using our phones to communicate. So when we communicate face-to-face, like look at my body language, you can tell that I'm totally motivated to not use my phone. But you can see that I'm a little bit agitated that we have allowed our phones to control the way that we communicate and socialize. When we speak face to face as well, we are able to see in plain day what we are saying and how we want it to be interpreted. When we do these things online, it can be taken in any way, harmful. A relationship could be tampered with because someone said something that sounded rude or mean, and then there goes that. You know, having face-to-face is the most purest and effective way to communicate with each other. So overall, I first discussed how many of us are obsessed with our smartphones and social media. Second, I had explored the damages that it can potentially do to our lives. And finally, I explained the importance of face-to-face communication. We need to evaluate our communication skills so we can rediscover the intimacy and the personal interactions that face-to-face communicating offers. I hope we are all able to understand and to strive to have more face-to-face communications. All it takes is for you to simply set your phone down and communicate in the natural way we were intended to. Doing so will give us the opportunity to be more sensitive to one another, to be safe from potential online disasters, and to simply enjoy each other's company. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and I really hope throughout this next week and for furthermore, you think twice about how much time you spend on your phone. Thank you.